everyone. Welcome to Fri-Yay Chit Chat with Aarti and Priya. That girl is Aarti and
Hello, everyone.
I am Priya. Today's topic, I think all of you knows, it is about our yes and our oops. So, before we continue further, first of all, we both would like to thank you, all of you, because it was such an encouraging, it was such an amazing to see the comments. We loved reading those comments. We even received some phone calls, some messages about this, and keep liking, sharing, and keep encouraging us. We will bring up a lot of other topics which are still in line, and every Friday we will catch up again and again and again. So thank you for that.
Yes, absolutely. And thank you again to all of you. So this Fri-Yay Chit Chat is basically Priya and my journey and how we got into this and how we used to be before and how we are now and how we are manifesting and changing our life. So there are a lot of stories that we need to talk. So yeah, so and it's pretty exciting when we are talking and people acknowledge. So it's like yeah, we both were very excited on Friday when the first time it went live. I think I was not able to work. My half of the mind was like, okay, how many views, how many views, how many views in a while. So it was very special. And then by evening, I like some of my friends message, some of them calls. It was really, really loving and heart touching. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much.
And Aarti,
Okay.
we hit century also.
Yes, we as of now it's 127. Sorry, I just checked now.
Okay, great. So we are about to complete 1.5 century.
Yeah, I think we will definitely. I think with the love and support of everyone here, we will definitely. So if you haven't liked, subscribe, go guys, go ahead and please do it. And we'll be very grateful if you can share our chit chats with your friends and everyone else. Okay, so coming to the second episode of Fri-Yay Chit Chats, and going straight to you, Priya. My first um, analysis and come questions to you. Okay, so are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. And I'm
Okay,
scared.
come on. You're such a liar and a drama queen. It's not a GK question that I'm gonna ask, and this is not coffee with Karan, okay?
Well, I think drama is like part of my life.
I agree to that. Absolutely. Such a drama queen.
Thank you.
Okay. I think we all are in some way or the other, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So Priya, when I met you first time at Nitya Center, I remember clearly, you were wearing a simple suit with your hair tied in a bun, and you were so desperate that you were looking very, very lost. You didn't know what's happening around you. You were like totally like the word that's coming to my mind was devastated. That was the word I would use to describe you when I first met you. And when I looked at you, it was like I knew that you needed help, and for the same reason you were there as well. And after, like, while I was leaving, I saw you chit chatting with, I think it was Shivam session, being you session that we both were at Nitya's place. And I saw you interacting with Shivam that day. And I was literally hoping, and I was so glad that you were talking. I'm like, now she's going to get some help and she would be fine. And really wished for you, because seeing you in that situation was gave me a little bit of uh, pain, I would say. Like, it was like I was worried for you, even though that was the first time I met you. But I really wished that you whatever that was, you were able to come out of it. Yeah, and so from there to now, look at you, like all bubbly, like this, like totally a 720-degree shift is what I would say. Like such a dramatic and drastic change. So would you like to talk about your journey a bit and share with us, all of us?
Yes. Thank you, Aarti. This is something which I think we never talked that. you really wished for that, and see the manifestation. Here I am in front of you, and we are having this chit chat. So grateful to you. So yes, that's true. So that was not my first session. So I met Nitya, I think a week before. Uh, so I'll tell you how I met her. I was browsing and I was trying to find out, does magic exist? And I was really
Is that
looking
what
for
you
an,
Googled? Like, does magic exist?
yes.
Oh,
Okay. And then I googled, where are the magicians? Oh, sorry, the magicians near me. Okay, and then like I very well remember magicians, and then the healing came, and then I googled healers around me, and then Nitya's profile. So this is how I met her. Like, from magic, healing to Nitya, it's like wow, it's a good combo, right?
yeah,
So
absolutely. And she is like, she's a magical healer.
yes, she is. She is. So I met her. First, I talked to her, and she told me that there is something called Reiki healing, and she is doing her workshop in the upcoming, I think it was Saturday, and she insisted me to join that class. And when I spoke to her, she was patient enough to listen to all my stories. And that time, my relationship was not working. I didn't had job. I had like a lot of EMIs to pay, and I was like, my mind was not fine to even go for an interview, and I didn't have money also to buy food for me. That was my condition. So, but still, she listened to all my conversation, and she just suggested a Reiki workshop. And I went and I attended it because I mean, I was feeling that, okay, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, this is really weird. I did not tell anyone because people will judge me. I went and attended that. And that workshop was so amazing. And what attracted you? Yes, I should say this. What attracted me was she said that this is the uh, fees of the workshop, and you will have two snacks and one lunch included in the fee structure. And I was like, wow, I will get a free food, and I will invest the money that I was putting for my food on the class, and I'm getting my food as well, right? It was very exciting. And I still remember, and it was, I mean, many people probably they don't realize that how important it is to mention this. Maybe it's a very simple thing. When she put it, she just mentioned the details of the class. But for me, that was very important, right? So I went and I attended that, and the way she explained about energy, the way she explained about how life can shift. You just need to, ask the universe, and universe, give me this, give me this, give me this. And universe is there to give you everything that you want, but you need to just ask it, and ask like a small baby, right? And uh, uh, I think that's what pulled me to Shivam's class where I met you first time. And very strange thing that you said that you saw me very devastated, and when I saw you, you were like very happy and jumping around, hopping around and all. I thought like you were just there. At first I thought, why is she here? She doesn't have any problem. Okay, so my point of view was, if you have a problem, then you need to go for a class. When you don't have a problem, why is she here? So would you like to tell me that what is the secret behind it?
So, I think when we first met, both of us were like poles apart. Like you were on this and at the end, and I was like at this end of the line or whatever. But yes, we were poles apart. Uh, so I think when we met, I have been doing little work on myself. I think it was maybe 6 7 months prior to that before we met. So I learned Reiki, and as I've already mentioned that I was also not in a space in my relationship, and that's when Nitya proposed that you learn Reiki, because uh, in order for me to be working on anything else, like for be it for a better health, be it for a better relationship or whatsoever, the first basic thing that is needed is self happiness. Right, that's the basic. So unless and until you are happy with yourself, you won't be able to do anything in your life, which is like massive, right? So that's why she introduced and said, okay, why don't you come and learn Reiki? I did that, and then I practiced it, and then I saw my life shifting and working, and I was able to step out of my relationship because of all these things that were happening, and my effort to be clear on what was my ask. After that, I did further levels of Reiki, and I think I did radical healing as well before I met you. So yes, I have been working on myself. I was in not so in a good space initially, but then I think yes, after like a little bit of working on myself, I was able to be that happy, bubbly, chirpy girl, which I was always. Like, so as growing up, I always wanted everyone to be happy. That was my ask. That's it. Like, I should be happy, other people should be happy. And initially, like, also, I used to do a lot of things that would make other people happy, irrespective of I liked it or not liked it. But if someone else was happy, I used to be like, yeah, I used to feel contented about it. But right now, yes, I still do that, but then I also acknowledge when I am happy. That's the importance has shifted for sure. Okay. Yes, so that's why. So once I started working on myself, I am more happier. So I think my there are phases when I'm not happy, but it's okay. But in general, like I am when I'm happy, it's like a full live wire. I feel jumping around, dancing around, yelling, laughing, doing crazy stuff, cracking, and everything. And you know that, right? So yes, that is pretty much. And then, and I think we both have done a lot of classes after classes just because it was like an addiction to us, and addiction in a positive way because we both saw our lives changing for the better, right? And I remember we meeting, I think you coming to my place and then we meeting outside talking about these stuff. You ping me separately because you thought that you were just a beginner and I was somewhere else. Like you considered me thoda, thoda senior, I would say. But then I was like, okay. But then I think gradually, yes, so we both are in our spaces doing very good. And it's just not Reiki or thing. So we have actually whatever we are now is a product of everything that we have learned, that we are hearing, that we are still practicing, that we read, hear, listen, everything. And of course, our daily um, manifestations, creations, ask, and everything. It's all a mixture, right? So, and on that note, Priya, would you like to elaborate, on what all classes you have attended, and your some of the manifestations that you have experienced in your life? And yes, so let's talk about manifestations first, and then we will talk about the oops moments.
Yes. So I would like to talk about like my first initial like small, uh, small manifestation. Right after I finished my Reiki, I think it was seventh day. I really realized that wow, I slept so well. So I used to wear that Fitbit watch, and initially it used to show that deep sleep was like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and light sleep used to be like 5 hours, 6 hours, and all. And then I saw in my Fitbit watch my deep sleep was 4.5 hours, and light sleep used to be 1.5 hours or 2 hours. And physically, when I used to get up, I used to be like, my eyes are like wide open. I used to not even like, oh my God, I'm waking up. It's morning. I have to wake up. No, my eyes used to be wide open. Like I'm completely done sleeping for the day. And when I used to go to office, I used to finish my work in like 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours in like, but I usually I'm supposed to deliver by end of the day, like 8 hours, right? And people never used to believe it. People used to think that either I'm not working properly, like I'm not working carefully, right? Because it's not possible. So my seniors, my managers to say, go back and see what you wrote, what you did, okay? But for me internally, I was so happy that, oh, I finished my work, like so confident enough. Second, those little magic was like, when I start going to the office from my house, there used to be no traffic. Like imagine 10:30 peak hour of traffic, and I just go smoothly. Okay, I started getting discount. Like somebody will say, "Oh, you got a lucky draw, and this is the money back to you." Even classes, like I know Nitya also, I've given some extra, like I've given the original class amount, and then after 2 days she comes to me, no, this was you were part of early part offer, so this is the money back to you. So many things, like I was like, okay. And one more thing is that, see, these things probably was happening in my like before also, not a lot, but little, but I never focused on that focus, that everything was happening and being really really grateful about it was the key for me, right?
So on,
Yeah,
I think I should also mention one thing here, Priya. So once we start energy work, a lot of people get confused between coincidence and if it's actually working.
yeah,
So if like the example that you gave that there is no traffic, so someone would have said that it might be a sheer coincidence that that on that particular day there is no traffic. So there always, in whatever manifestations that you do, there is always a thin line of, like, when you will say ki, it's a coincidence.
yeah,
However, I think if we acknowledge, irrespective if it's a coincidence or whatever, the moment we acknowledge is the energy shift
yes,
that happens.
yes,
And when that energy shifts happen, you are telling the universe, hey, listen, yes, I am acknowledging whatever you have given me. Show me more.
yes, exactly, right? When you go into a judgment of coincidence, oh, it might be coincidence, next day probably the same thing will not happen. And then you, because you have already decided it's a coincidence, next day it will not happen, and you will say this is a coincidence. See, I told you this was a coincidence, this is not a magic. Okay, but that's the thing, Aarti. So for me also, I hit in a place where I was stuck. I didn't have anywhere to go. I have to acknowledge, to see the magic, otherwise I'm dead, right? So seeing that, and then and I was seeing everything was happening again and again and again and again. That cannot be a coincidence. The certain things are like every day, every minute there is some magic. That cannot be a coincidence. There has to be something or the other which is happening. It can be a multiple coincidences, but why it has happened? Because I am working on something new. That's why there are multiple coincidences. And I don't care it's a magic or a coincidence. As long as it is happening to me and I'm happy and I'm seeing it, that's what matters. And for that, if I have to do multiple class, so be it. I will go ahead and do it. Right? That's what I chose for. And for few bigger incident, I would say uh, my manifestation of my next job. Okay, I was not enjoying my the first job. Like after when I got into the job, after learning Reiki, I was still not enjoying that job. But I was, only thing was keeping me going is, listen, I have seen a place where I didn't had money for eating. I would be in this job and I will be like thankful and everything. I was there. And one day suddenly, I was asked that you are released from the project. And the first realization, I was like, oh, I'm released, but I'm not even feeling bad. Like, oh my God, what do I do? Okay. And second thing is that after I was out, I happily went on and I told everyone. My manager released me. I don't know why. Like usually anyone would say, okay, it was unfair to me. Okay, they are doing this, they are doing this, there's politics, blah 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 blah. I don't know, I didn't feel like saying. I just said, oh, I'm out of the job. And I think immediately, like, because you know how positive you are, the time limit is so small. I said I'm out of the job. In next half an hour, I was sitting there searching for a job, calling few of my managers, colleagues that give me a job. And like, I'll not go to the entire, story, because the story is a long story. Next day, I go and meet my old manager, and I suddenly have an interview, and he gives me an offer that welcome to our family. When can you join? And I was like, what? I did not even feel that I didn't have job. And next day, I go to my manager and say, hey, when can I get released? Okay. Everyone was shocked that I was not feeling bad. I was not even cribbing that please let me or showing that puppy face. I actually went and asked, give me the release later because I had to join somewhere else. Such kind of fast manifestation started happening. Okay, no drama, no trauma, just manifestation, just manifestation. And I can just go on and on for that. But
Of course, I know that, we can go on, and there is absolutely no stopping for both of us.
exactly.
So I remember, so even I was out of a job for 1 year, right? And I was like, like for searching a job, for me, job search is very tedious at that point, not now. Okay. So I used to study, I was applying, and still, I was not getting a call. Nothing seems to be working. Every day I would generously, I don't know what and all I read about HR and all. So I was continuously studying, and then after, and parallelly I was doing some energy work. But I think my intention, so whenever you are doing energy work, also your intention is what it counts to manifest. If you're operating out of fear and then doing that energy work, it won't give you the result
Yeah.
at that, right? But if you have to be in right frame of mind, your intentions has to be very pure without any judgment and expectations. So when you are out of job for a year, and so all these things was like totally blind. I was like, know what the hell, nothing was working, let me study, let me do that. And yes, and then I used to do energy work, but with a lot of point of views and everything. But then after some time, I'm like, okay, I'm done with it. Now I will not study anything. I will just do energy work, nothing else. And the moment I decided that, I said, oh, whatever, how many days it should take it. But what I'm going to rely is only at the energy work. So morning till night, I was just doing something or the other. And I got a job within 7 days. And then morning I get a call like, hey, are you available for an interview? I said, okay, I am like anyways out of the job. So I think it was 10 o'clock. 2 o'clock I go and attend an interview. 2 rounds happen in the office. Evening there is 1 round. Next time morning they call me in the office. And then yes, I'm done. And I'm like, what the hell? Why didn't I do it? So if I knew that energy is powerful, why wasn't I using it? But yes, also when the time is right, it is right, because some things you need to realize, and it really has to get in your head that it's not how A function, it is how B, C, whatever that is. But then to understand it, so it is necessary that you even go through these experiences. And I'm sure even for you, it was not that you did this and immediately it started manifestation. Like there are certain things and certain realizations, and then once that happened, my belief that energy works, and how with no point of view, no judgment, and how you can manifest things, so that belief become much more stronger.
Exactly. True.
Yes.
So, Aarti, we have talked a lot about our manifestation because it's all good. We can talk now on and on and on. Would you like to mention some goof ups that we did?
Well, I think Priya, I would want you to start, because yours is like, I know, because I was a part of that manifestation too. The
Yeah,
South Africa one.
I will come to that.
I
But
would want you to start that first, and
okay,
then I'll tell mine, because
okay,
because I remember. So when you were saying that, oopsie moment, I remember that instance.
okay. So I'll start with the recent one, but then we will go back to that since you said on popular demand.
Thank
So
you for calling me popular. Okay, I accept it.
So the manifestation was like I had to go to South Africa and I was not getting my visa. And I told Aarti, I want to manifest going to South Africa this Tuesday. No, sorry. I think yeah, it was Saturday, and I said I want to manifest going to South Africa on Tuesday. Okay. And what happened was Aarti's like, yes, let's do this. Okay. And we started doing entire energy work and all. And Tuesday passes by, and I was like, it did not happen. I'm like, Aarti, don't know what we did. And she's like, maybe you thought something else, blah blah. And we started like we started with our regular work. And then next Tuesday, I get my visa and my air ticket to travel to South Africa. Okay, and that day also we did not realize. After I landed South Africa, and I was like, Aarti, do you realize that I asked to go to South Africa on Tuesday? I did not tell that Tuesday, that date I want. So I am here on Tuesday, and universe literally, gave my manifestation. I did manifest it well, right? So it was such a goof up, but it was a lesson, right? You have to be very specific to the universe because universe knows what you ask for with no judgment. That was like,
Absolutely. I know, and we laughed at that so much, so much. Oh God.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
So
another
I think
thing,
I
yeah,
am not stealing away whatever you were going to say. So that was a funny oopsie moment, right? So I remember, so when I was going deep into this healing work, I came across a scenario wherein, I realized that it's not a smooth ride when you go deep into this line of energy work. So it is not always that the people you come across, irrespective of how close they are, sometimes the situation may go completely reverse. And I was shocked to see it. And I think when I saw it, I was like literally taken aback, and I was like, if this is what it is leading to, I do not want to proceed ahead. Like I literally stopped doing energy work and all, and I'm like, yeah, I think there was one whole year where I was not doing any classes, and precisely I think for half of the year I didn't do any of the energy work because I was like, no, if this is not the path I want to take ahead with, and because I want everyone to be together, I want people to be happy, I want my friends to be with me. Like this is obviously so. We have heard that once we take on this energy work, a lot of things open up, a lot of things shifts. So for me, that was very scary because yeah, I like to be protected, right, around people, and that was my comfort space. And I think it took me some time to realize that not everything that we do, or it happens in, especially in others' life, is the same that will happen in yours. It's about the choices that we make. It's about how we want to be with that person, or it's how about how we want to create our lives. It's on that. So I think it took me a couple of months to realize and get it to my head that if you not want this to happen, then don't create it. Ask for something else to show up. Ask for something else to, like, ask for something better to happen. Ask for people to be around you always. So it's always about your ask and the choices that you make. It is never about if it was not about concluding if it has happened with the person A, it will necessarily happen with the person B because both of us are in the same line. It doesn't happen that way because the ask, the people, the energy, everything is different. A is different, B is different. And it's so when I'm talking to you, it's very simple. But then when I was going through that experience, it was not easy for me because every day I was to think that how can this happen? How can this happen? Like if this is what it is leading to, I do not literally want to proceed ahead with. So yeah, so it's not so we also have our lows, and we then it takes months to realize the smallest thing. But when we realize it, I think irrespective of the effort or the time that we have put in, that realization is what it counts. Because that once you realize it, it's you get that, okay, this is the awareness, this is the realization, now I'm going to change it.
yeah. That's well said, Aarti. Yes. So when you are in this healing and you want to manifest everything, it is not always that everything is, oh my God, everything is positive, everything is nice, everything is calm and all. No. Example, it can be like, so for me, I'll tell you for me, I wanted to go abroad, right? I wanted to go on site. Now, for going on site, I asked I want to go on site. It can be that, okay, you have to lose this job and get another job, and then you can go on site. Now, after losing my job, if I don't understand that, oh, because the next job is somewhere where I have an on-site opportunity, not this job. And I go into the place and oh, it's all a lie. I asked something and our universe did not give me and all. That's something that's a problem with you. You have to completely understand that this happened because the next job has an on-site. You asked for it and you got it. And I think Aarti, we should talk about our relationship as well, right? The reason, like we were here about our relationship. Uh, yes. So Aarti was here to get the clarity of our relationship, of her relationship, and I was here to fix my relationship. And at the end of the day, both of us had to let this relationship go, and we are so happy about it, right? Initially, it used to like if I talk about it, it looks, oh my God, she asked for a relationship and she went for a energy healing and it did not work. But actually, now I know that if that was the case, if my relationship would have worked, I would not be here talking to all of you guys. Probably I would not be there in this world because what I did was I fixed the relationship, went back, and created the entire insecurity and entire trauma. Probably I would have lost the entire confidence and I would not have come back. I would be like, dead. Right? So the moral of the story is uh, one is when you're asking, please be prepared with whatever comes up. But again, understand that everything is processing because you have asked for it. Right? And if it is coming very easily, doesn't mean that it will come to you very easily as well. You might have a little bit more journey to do, and that's it. That's the simplicity of what you want to manifest. That's it.
I think, and on this note, I have two things to talk about, Priya.
Yeah.
So you talked about, whenever we are manifesting something, whenever we are asking something, it doesn't necessarily that, if you're asking A, you will get only A. You may get A1, A2, A3, or sometimes B also. So when I was in my job, there were a lot of multiple instances where I was like, no, I am not happy with this. I really want to switch. I really want to switch. And then every time when I asked it, my role got changed. So what like, I don't remember. So was I asking for a bet? I was asking for a new opportunity. This came across as a new opportunity. It doesn't necessarily have to be a new job. And I had to be okay with it because that was my manifestation.
Exactly.
Right? So yeah, so you have to be always prepared. So whenever you are asking something, you need to be prepared with whatever you get and be grateful for it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
And I forgot what was the second point I thought I'll talk about.
I think that's what it is. Like, this is what, like, you can manifest whatever you want. But certain places, if it doesn't work out, you can be, oh my God, oops, I did not ask it well. You go and analyze it, oh my God, I did not ask it well, and be okay with it. Trust me, guys, and after that, at the end of the day, your actual ask, what you asked for, will get manifested. It's just that the journey was not what you thought about. And that's it.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely, Priya. And I think also it is very important for me to call out that your journey is your own journey. It doesn't have to be necessarily that, if Priya and I started almost at the same time, or maybe I started earlier, doesn't mean that, that will be still there, because it's about the choices. So I know Priya has been a facilitator a year before, then I almost a year before, right? Then I became a facilitator, right? So it doesn't necessarily have to be, if Priya and I are doing same classes, same amount, same everything, but still our journey is very different, because the choices, there are certain instances. So because of XYZ incident, I left healing for some time. I'm like, I do not want to go ahead with it. And then I got back into healing, and so it's a discovery phase. And is Priya right or I am wrong? No, it's nothing like that. It's our individual journey, and we both are honoring our journeys, because when I was not doing that work, probably I was, my realizations or my experience was different. Then maybe Priya wouldn't have that. Priya is experiencing something else because she's facilitating, she's talking to more people, so her growth is different. So everyone's journey is different, everyone ask is different, everyone's purpose is different. And everyone, what we deliver or talk is also different. So what we
Yes.
need to acknowledge is our uniqueness, right? Because I think, yeah, recently on one of the calls, and both of us were there, and I don't remember who was the facilitator. They said that it has to be the way that you deliver it. What you do is what makes the whole thing very unique. Yeah. So yes, I think, yeah, that's pretty much I want to say.
Yes, exactly. Thank you, Aarti, for bringing up even that is the same that I want to tell everyone that uh, just be take whatever it comes in, ask. Do not stop yourself for asking. Please continue to ask. But whenever there is a goof up, you can just sit back and, if you really want an explanation, sit back and try to analyze that. Not analysis that why this happened. No, ask that what was my ask and how did it happen. Probably you will get an explanation. You will come out of it. The time from where the incident happened to the time when you are manifesting, when you start reducing the gap, things start manifesting faster, and you don't get into a place ki, oh my god, this is happening to me only. Okay. With this note, Aarti, when are we meeting next time?
I think we are meeting on next Friday. I'm just checking the calendar. It's 3rd of July.
Okay, sure. So we are meeting on next Friday, 3rd of July. And what are we talking about?
Well, frankly, haven't thought about it. So let's see whatever shows up.
Yes.
And yes,
Yes, we will keep you posted what we are talking about. Like we said, these are not planned for us, guys. I think a day before we just think about what's the topic and we deliver it. Sometimes it just come in advance that what is the extension, but not all the time. And that's the whole motive of having this chit chat, to be
we don't
completely
have
real.
a script also. And we
Right.
don't have a script. It's like whatever is coming to our mind because, that's what we are talking
Yeah.
because we both believe in magic.
Yes, exactly. It will be delivered whatever is required. So thank you so much, guys, for joining. Keep watching, keep liking, subscribing, and sharing, because that's what does matter. Because the effort that we're putting is to spread awareness and talk about like every bits and pieces that we have gone through, good, bad, ugly. And if you think this can benefit people to choose more and more, please subscribe. This is one I would say one responsibility. If you can take it, then more people can understand what it is, right, and they can choose it. So thank you so
Absolutely.
much.
And thank you so much. And please value yourself. You are a gift. You are very precious and you are unique. If if you do not think then that you are all of these things that I just mentioned, you are completely mistaken. Believe in yourself, stay happy, stay safe, stay healthy, and we both will see you on 3rd of July. Bye bye.